Unrealistic expectations such as commonly named Korean skin, not possible to achieve. I'm saying 3 things you need to remember when you're buying a cosmetic to stay away from long-term damage. A top actress, when she comes to me once, I saw her all blue and bruised here, and I'm thinking she must have had an action scene and got punched. And she says, no, I used what? Gua sha. Her skin is freaking lovely. Okay? So, as a brown man, we don't need sunscreen.
Ice dipping.
ओ विटामिन डी बनना बंद हो जाएगा ऐसा नहीं है इतना सारा तो है इधर सब सनस्क्रीन नहीं लगाया ना इनफ विटामिन सी इतने से क्या विटामिन सी बन जाएगा these muscles are anyway pumping all the time so the peripheral fluid is nicely drained if you have a lot of puffiness doing a gentle lymphatic massage might really help kind of mobilize the face well everybody is now saying oh this is carcinogenic that is carcinogenic everything is causing cancer I'm like no everything cannot cause cancer it is not so when you're laughing and not laughing, it's all, the skin is pulling it, right? The muscles are pulling the skin to make you laugh. Muscles are keeping the skin open to make your eye open. Let's say you start massaging from here to here. So mid of the face to the lateral side of the face is where you're taking the fluid.
Youngest patient अभी तक कौन है आपके पास asking for
change in face? I think youngest around 17, 18ish. I understand things are very popular, you're getting everything everywhere. Always talk to an expert. Hi. I'm Dr. Rashmi Shetty, dermatologist on the Superwomaniya Show with Stutee.
Hi guys, welcome to the Superwomaniya Show. As you can see, we have stepped out of our studios और इसका एक बहुत खास purpose होता है. देखो दुनिया में ज्ञान देने वाले बहुत होते हैं पर हम क्या कहते हैं ज्ञान उन्हीं से लें जो actual experts हैं और aesthetic और dermatology की जब हम बात करें then there's one name that comes on the top and that is Dr. Rashmi Shetty. She's here again on the Superwomaniya Show. So good to have you.
Thank you. Thank you so much and I'm indeed honored that your whole studio has come into my clinic. Thank you so much.
We're going to start with the basics, okay?
Yeah.
Everybody these days wants great skin, great hair, and social media has done a lot to contribute to that. We
100%.
Want to look like the filters that we put.
Yes.
Is that a realistic beauty standard to aspire to?
No, not really. Beauty का एक standard होता ही नहीं है, होना भी नहीं चाहिए. Firstly, let's start with that. And then genetics play a big role as much as you don't want to accept it. It is genetic. मेरी बेटी मेरी तरह होगी, आपकी बेटी आपकी तरह होगी. So it's very genetic. Imagine if I had this nose and if my daughter was to be born with, let's say, some other nose, it's just that I remember once doing this interview with, if I can take the name, so said, Doc, she has a slightly big nose. She says, my son has the same big nose and my father has the same big nose. She says, when I look at my son, I'm overwhelmed with that connection and affection to say, Meri papa ki naak. Imagine if we guys were to erase that out and everybody had one kind of nose. Where is that? That nuance of a connection comes from that, right? So that's one thing. So there is no one standard of beauty. 2, is it possible to achieve? Yes and no both. Realistic expectations, positive to achieve, possible to achieve. Unrealistic expectations, such as commonly named Korean skin, not possible to achieve. Like for example, what's your ethnicity, if I may ask you?
Indian.
No, but are you Sindhi? Are you
I'm
Parsi?
half Bengali, half Punjabi.
There you go. So her skin is freaking lovely. Okay? So her skin is, that's why I asked her, what are you? Are you a Parsi? Are you a Sindhi? Are you somebody from the Sindh region? So she said Punjabi, fair enough. So that's innately such a skin. Now, no matter what I do, I will never be able to probably achieve that skin. But I know I have my own, everybody praises the way my skin is. It's in my own way of good skin, but I can't get your way of good skin. You know what I mean? Like that, each one of us have our way of good skin. If you want to achieve a Korean way of good skin, it's not going to happen. So you can be best version of yourself.
Correct.
That can be done.
That's lovely.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to gloat a little that Dr. Shetty just praised
beautiful skin. Like
all genes, all mom and dad and dadi and everyone. Sephora kids, you said we're all dependent on makeup and everybody likes, it's such a pick-me-up, you want to buy cosmetics, you want to use it, and we keep hearing and reading about lead poisoning and how they have terrible things in them and all of that. Are there checks and balances in place is what I want you to first tell us that the good, expensive brands that we see and we are tempted to buy, how risky?
I'm saying 3 things you need to remember when you're buying a cosmetic to stay away from long-term damage, if we can call so. One, buy it from a reputed company, like you rightly said. They have their checks in place. They take their claims very seriously. They take their labels very seriously.
Yeah.
So you would rather buy from them, or you would rather buy from a pharma-driven company, or companies which have some history. Not just the fly-by-night companies who have a great ad strategy and who have a twinkling packaging. So that is not what you go for. That's number 1. 2, don't get unnecessarily scared. For example, everybody is now saying, oh, this is carcinogenic, that is carcinogenic. Everything is causing cancer.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, everything cannot cause cancer. It is not. There is a certain amount that you need to be taking in for that to be carcinogenic over a period of time repeatedly for it to probably affect your DNA to do those shifts and changes.
Correct.
Perfume was a very big thing, right? Everybody's saying, hata, hata, hata. Now, my point is, if you're really that scared, if you're one of those that who really get scared, then you check the amount of exposure to perfume. For example, your floor cleaner also can't have perfume. Your inside the bathroom deodorant also can't have perfume. You spray also 20 splits of perfume on yourself. Then your skincare also has perfume. Then your fabric also has a fabric softener which has a perfume. So if you're surrounding, candles also has a perfume in the night.
Yeah.
So if you're surrounding yourself with 25 things which is doing the same thing, maybe you should be worried. But having a pleasant smelling skincare, I love. So that's nice. Sensorial is a huge thing for you to feel beautiful. So even if I tell you this is something fabulous, but it smells like cow dung, will you apply it every night? You won't. So beauty is not one-dimensional.
Correct.
It's not touching one sensory system.
Yeah.
It's all the 5 senses should be happy.
Correct.
One definitely is the smell, like it is for food.
And you want things and yourself to smell good.
So
for
it's
you to,
fine. So don't get scared. So that's the number 2 thing. Number 3, stop self-medicating. I think I keep telling this 100 times over various platforms in different contexts. I understand things are very popular. You're getting everything everywhere. Always talk to an expert.
Correct.
Especially in terms of
That's
skincare.
why we're here. Exactly.
Skincare and actives. And many people ask me, oh, how can I combine actives? You don't combine actives. You meet an expert. According to your skin type, will tell you what you need. Skin concern, skin goal. So these are 3 things. Meet an expert. Even for makeup, you can always talk to an expert.
Correct.
So this is what I'd say is the 3 most important thing when you really buy something to be risk averse. Otherwise, the labels are so big, you won't be able to. Sunscreen, everybody said, oh, sunscreen is cancerous. Sunscreen is not carcinogenic. There are those benzones, couple of ingredients in them, which in a large thing, the same thing which happened with benzoyl peroxide, an anti-acne thing. Similar thing, benzones are certain gases, certain chemicals that are there, which could cause trigger cancer in a large extent of exposure. But yes, avoid it. It's good. But don't avoid the whole category and get scared of everything.
I love it. I love how this conversation is flowing because this was going to be my next question. Because this interview is made up of all the questions that we have received from our listeners and viewers who, after listening to you, wanted to ask you so many things. This sunscreen thing has, people are going crazy, okay? There was this whole time when influencers also would keep talking about SPF 50, Lagana, you have to do it indoors also, outdoors, just, you know, put sunscreen on yourself 20 times a day, and then you hear this murmur of no, this is not okay, civilization has been going on for ages without sunscreen, this is also a propaganda. Where do you stand on this? We want to hear it from you, the expert.
Let's do this way. We'll burst another 3 myths about sunscreen. So first is, as a brown man, we don't need sunscreen. Wasn't that a trend once?
Yes.
So yes, we are brown, yes, we have pigment, so we are better protected from the sun than a white person like you. The whole point is we are better protected, but we are not still 100% protected. So you need a sunscreen there. Okay,
that's
so
true.
That's
and SPF 50 is what you need?
That's more, 30 to 50 is good. That's what you need. Now indoor, outdoor, sitting, standing, always put an SPF like you said. That was another trend. Oh my God, don't even be seen without an SPF. That much is not needed. Again, one, because we are Indian and we have good enough melanin which is protecting us. Unless you're scrubbing every day, exfoliating every day, all the dead skin is gone. Dead skin itself is a great protectant for you because it's got clumped melanin in it. That again protects you from the sun. A well hydrated skin protects you from the sun itself. So these are all there. Two, none of us, I think as Indians, we are also so bothered about a color still that we don't necessarily go out and sit in the sun, do we?
Yeah, I was going to say
So,
that there are lifestyles such that
which
we
is very
indoors,
different.
yeah.
So every Western standard does not hold good for us.
Correct.
So you, as long as, like for example, we are here now, there are large windows. If I'm sitting on a table next to the window, I'm conscious. Then I say, oh, my skin is slightly burning, my skin is feeling irritated, I better go put my sunscreen again and come back. But I'm sitting well this much inside, there is a little damage happening. Definitely from window a UV rays is passing through and it is coming in. But it's not going to be so bad for me. So I'm okay if I'm not paranoid and applying it every 2 hours. So everything has to be done in the right. But having said that, I was just in Italy lecturing in a congress some time ago. I roamed around Rome. Every hour I was putting sunscreen.
You had to because also no pollution,
burning.
there was nothing.
Skin burns. It's not just for the white that skin burns. Even for us, the skin burns. So I wanted to prevent it from burning. It was hurting my skin. So I kept applying. So rules are never 100%. You weigh the pros and cons. Now the third trend which started happening is, there was one, I think, senior doctor or gentleman who went on the thing and said, don't use sunscreen at all. That itself is carcinogenic. Now again, that I was just explaining.
Paranoid.
There are certain ingredients which are carcinogenic. Most companies are omitting those ingredients now and they're not using them. So you don't have to get to even that paranoia of not using. Please use a sunscreen, especially if you're like me, menopausal woman at 50s, and you have a family history of people who have melasma at home especially, you have to use a sunscreen on your face.
So every day when you're getting ready,
every day I have sunscreen right now. So every day put a sunscreen. Again, like I'm saying, just one question ago I said it's okay, I'm inside, I don't need it. Having said that, I would still wear it because I'm at that vulnerable age, vulnerable change in hormones.
Correct.
So I will still use a sunscreen like my sacrosanct thing. So therefore, it is important for you to see which stage of life, where are you? And among Indians, we are from type 1 to type 6, right? From the Fitzpatrick scale in terms of color and burn. So depends on your skin color, your region. If you're in a hot sun in Chennai, it will burn you hour of the day. So all this. So there is no 100% hard and fast rule. Know your signs, understand. And again, another trend was, oh, vitamin D बनना बंद हो जाएगा. ऐसा नहीं है, इतना सारा तो है. इधर सब सनस्क्रीन नहीं लगाया ना, enough vitamin C. इतने से क्या vitamin C बन जाएगा? Plus vitamin C you are eating also. Food also gives you a lot of vitamin D. A lot of vitamin D. So it's fine.
You know, we grew up listening to, at least my mother would say, don't touch your face. Don't keep touching your face, you know. And now there's this whole trend, lymphatic drainage, aise massage, vaise massage. Like there's a lot of touching the jade roller and it looks so scary that
Your rings are so pretty, I can't stop looking at them.
Thank you. So is this advisable? What would you say? This whole massaging and lymphatic drainage, like what I'm hearing it for the first time now.
Yeah. See, I'm a great advocate of ancient intelligence, whether it is Indian, whether it is Egyptian. Our ancient intelligence, eventually we will back it with science. All of them, every single one of them. So don't touch the face is the most beautiful thing people told us. Do not touch your face unnecessarily. You don't need to keep meddling with it. You meddle with anything, you're touching your hand here, there, everywhere. First thing first, dirt is going to sit on your face. Number two, anything that you meddle is getting stimulated. So there's oil glands on your face. If you're acne prone, going on touching your face will only get more acne. If you're eczema prone, you're irritating your skin, your eczema may worsen because God knows how many dirt things are there in the hand which can trigger it. So it is best never to touch your hand.
So mom was right.
Mom was always is and always will be right. So that's number one. Having said that, I always give you both the perspectives. Having said that, massage was a great technique which even our Indian ancestors talked to us about, right? But that massage has a time and place. You maybe do just a pre-bath, a pre-night massage. In that massage, depending on your skin needs, skin type, you do an oil, you do a cream, you do whatever you want to. If you have a lot of puffiness, doing a gentle lymphatic massage might really help kind of mobilize the face well. But we are talking, eating, opening eye human beings, right? So the lymphatic massage usually happens on its own because there is muscle movement. Yeah, so you're closing your eyes, you're opening your eyes, you're talking, you're
Laughing, all
all of this. So it's moving. If you're one of those who's in solitary silence, then yes, you need a lymphatic massage. But if not, mostly the muscles are all pumping muscles, and all of them, facial muscles, unlike the body muscles, are attached to the skin. Body muscles are attached to the bone because they need to do a function. Face, the only function is expression. So when you're laughing and not laughing, it's all, the skin is pulling it, right? The muscles are pulling the skin to make you laugh. Muscles are keeping the skin open to make your eye open. So these muscles are anyway pumping all the time.
Yeah.
So the peripheral fluid is nicely drained. But you still say, oh my God, I have a puffy face, I had a big drink last night, or I wasn't well. Please feel free to do a nice lymphatic massage, which will just help drain all the fluid. Very gentle, not more than 2 minutes, max 5 minutes on your face is all that you need. If you go to an expert when they're doing facials, they would do a massage for, let's say, 15-20 minutes, not more than that anyways. They're doing other things on your face, right?
So how often should we do it?
If you have a puffy face, if you're a daily drinker, if you have hormone imbalances, if you're in your period, if you're menopausing, any of these things that leads to extra water retention on the face, you could do it every day for 2 minutes in the morning or 5 minutes in the night or whatever. Constantly touching your face is absolute no-no. And then you also brought about something about these equipments or instruments, jade feed, all of that. Now that, just be very careful. Fingers are more than enough.
Yeah, because you'll never realize how much pressure you're putting, and you could actually.
I have a very like a top actress who, when she comes to me once, I saw her all blue and bruised here, and I'm thinking she must have had an action scene and got punched. Then she says, no, I used what? Gua sha.
Oh, yeah.
So she said, I used gua sha. And I'm like, what? But why would you put so much pressure that your blood vessels are fought to give,
because
blood
those
leak
Insta reels show us that.
Yeah, and then you have
like,
bruise on your skin.
Yeah.
No, not happening.
Yeah.
All these equipments have to be very gently applied, if at all with a gentle pressure. So you're just propelling that fluid to move to whichever direction you want to. But again, you're thinking you're moving it, may not even move.
I just love how you're explaining things. That's why we've come to the expert. Now tell us, on the neck, should we go upwards or downwards?
I know,
Confusion
this is a very big
with
thing.
lymphatic points and all of that.
So I'll just explain a few things. Now, lymphatic drainage happens from, let's say you start massaging from here to here. So mid of the face to the lateral side of the face is where you're taking the fluid. So whether you're under eye, whether it is above eye, you're doing all of it this way. Yeah, and then there are a lot of little lymph glands here which accumulate that. So you're basically bringing everything to this pretragal or the parotid area that we call it. You're bringing everything there. From here, you're actually bringing it all down to the neck. There are a lot of glands all over here, so you're just bringing it all down. You're bringing it here, and then you're draining it to your underarm. This is how you're doing a lymphatic massage to drain it all out. So while you're doing a lymphatic aim massage, then you're bringing everything down. But if you want simply a nice little relaxation, blood rushing to your face, you could do this. There are some names to the massage, I can't remember. Yeah, they do something like that, and they do this and picking and this and all that. So you're stimulating. So there's more blood rushing onto your face, you're feeling nice, you're feeling relaxed, and this is more relaxing for you to do, so you end up doing all of that. Now the third and most important thing I want to say is whether you pick your skin like this or you pick your skin like this, skin is not going to sag. There is so much more to skin. Skin is attached to structures underneath. There are ligaments holding them all at different places. Just because you're massaging like this, skin is not going to sag. Yeah, so that scare, put it away. But massaging like this is always more relaxing and nicer and pleasant. For something you don't like to be pulled like this, it's okay to do this. So it's just that sensorial feels much nicer upwards. Please do it. Unless you're doing a lymphatic massage, which is generally not more than 2 minutes. With the lubricant in your hand, you do the massages because you want to drag the skin.
Thank you. Thank you for explaining that to us. The other thing, ice dipping. You choked on your tea, but everybody's doing it. They're in hotel rooms and they call for that big
buckets of ice also.
And they dip their face. Is it recommended? Again, what does the doctor say?
These are all quick fixes which may not last long. For example, what does ice do? It gives you that shock feeling. So there's something called as a heat shock protein. It activates that.
But can we do it with just a cube of ice on the face, or do we have to?
You don't.
Do
The dip gives you the shock.
Okay.
The dip gives you the shock. Therefore, that gets activated, which is a repairing protein.
Okay.
So that is what happens. But now, how much does it happen? Dipping it leads to how much activation? How much activation is needed to repair? We don't know all this. These are not very definite sciences. So if it feels nice for you to dip it, you feel happy dipping it. A lot of people say, but that works for me. Fair enough. If you like kind of dip in and you feel that instant shock, skin feels nice, that instant cool feeling shrinks your pores for a minute because everything kind of goes into a spasm on the face, and pores are held by a small little muscle also. So everything goes for a spasm, and it just feels nice for a bit, and you instantly put makeup, it kind of looks nicer and neater and easy to spread it. That's something that you can do. But if you're simply looking at pores feeling nicer, skin feeling a little more, that gets that nerve sensation tingling, so it just feels a little tighter and nicer, the sensorially, you can take a cube of ice and also rub it on your face till it kind of melts. Definitely feels nice. So this is what it can do. There is no long-term greatness that is going to do to your skin.
Okay. But the skin tissues don't get irritated. It's also very
If
drastic.
you have if you do have a very dry eczematous skin, probably an already red and irritated skin with a barrier broken, then when you dip it into ice, it may or may not irritate. It may even bring the inflammation down, or it may irritate it a little further because it is so cold. It all depends, honestly. All this is very skin to skin, depending on how the barrier is, how the moisture is there of the skin, all of this. But by and large, it's not harmful. If it helps you, indulge, enjoy. But if you're thinking in your head, this is going to do some long-term good for you, no.
Have you also counseled young patients who come to you asking for, like you said, glass skin, Korean skin? Like, what do you feel about it? Because you've beautifully explained what you actually think about it.
I remember earlier in my career, even now, I take pride when doctors send their kids to me. More than movie stars coming or important so-called people coming. I take pride when my fraternity people send their children, their parents, themselves to me. So I remember this one kid who came, and the mother's a doctor and she's a friend. She called me quickly and said, listen, I'm sending her, don't do ye mat karo. We know what she wants, but you please don't do it. And they know it. They said, we've anyway sent because I know you won't do, but still don't think that I have said yes. No. I said, okay, fine. So when she came in, she said, can I get my chin? Something, she wanted her cheek to be more flat. And then I remember...
How young was this patient?
She must have been 18, 20. Like that initial 20, not even 22 wala 20. Like 18, 19, 20.
Still late teens.
Yeah. So I remember vehemently telling no. And I'm thinking, mom and I are in touch. So I'm like, no, you're going to grow up, your cheek is going to change, which is the truth.
Correct.
The cheek is going to change, that baby fat is going to go away, and your cheek will form and it will all change the way it is sitting on your bony frame. Hang in. You firstly grow fully. Then we'll see what needs to be done to readjust whatever needs to be readjusted. We'll do it appropriately. No, please, affecting my confidence, ye wo sab ho gaya. Then long conversation, said no is a no. 6 months later, we know she went elsewhere and completely got a botched job and came back. Now that was a big lesson for me. So I learned my lesson that day, and I don't do a vehement no. I tweak it a little and I soft sell that to them, saying we'll do it a little later, but for now you live with this and let's see how it goes.
Youngest patient abhi tak kaun hai aapke paas asking for
change in face? Change in face, I think youngest around 17, 18ish. But as a patient, we have a lot of very young patients who come in for acne.
Yeah, of course.
Those of course. Those we do have eczema, acne, simply dry skin, simply irritated skin. And some very young ones, thanks to, what do they call it? There's a term, preteen aging, anti-aging or something like that.
Preteen anti-aging?
Very bizarre term. And they're also called as Sephora kids.
Oh God.
Because they buy so much in Sephora apparently.
Yeah.
So those parents sometimes, again, they don't know how to say a vehement no because the children will do what they have to do. They'll say that she's anyway buying doc, but we brought her to you so that you can tell her what's the right thing to buy and what not to buy. So even if they're pre-teens, they're coming for pure aesthetic consultation of what should I do in terms of keeping my skin young.
So in that sense, the awareness is really
awareness is like seep down to youngest, like a 5-year-olds to the 3-tier cities, to the 5-tier cities. There are people who are coming, if there is a 5-tier city, I don't know. So I'm saying it's literally gone to the most remotest of the place. So awareness is spread geographically and age-wise.
Wow.
Yeah.
So it's scary, but that's the truth. And I think you found a lovely way to deal with it. Like it's like a vehement no longer works, and you have to work around it.
Understand who we are beyond the skin. I will beat you up. The first thing you need to do is get your lifestyle right in terms of food, in terms of your gut, in terms of your exercise, in terms of your sleeping. 22-year-olds come and say, I'm pre-aging, I'm aging, I can see a line.